A month ago we finished the dry start, and this is how our Iwagumi looks now. Today we'll fill it with water, clean it, and show you the next phase. Take a break for a bit and join us to watch this little tank evolve. So here's where we left things off. We just finished the dry start setup and we were letting the plants grow in. After about a month, the difference is really noticeable. The back section has grown quite tall and the foreground is starting to spread out into a nice carpet. We also got a great question on the last video. Someone was asking if we used CO2 in this tank. We didn't. All of this growth is just from the dry start method. So the tank was covered with cling film and we misted it daily. On top of that, we've been using a pretty strong light, the Chihiro's A2 Max, and we were running it 8 hours a day. Since this tank is so small, we needed a really compact filter. We went to our local fish shop, found a small hang-on-the-back filter, and decided to give it a try. As you can see, this filter is really simple, but it's perfect for what we need. The goal here is just to keep the water moving. We're not planning to add any fish. This tank is way too small for that. It's just about maintaining good water quality for the plants. First thing we're doing is swapping out the sponge that came with the filter. It doesn't look like it'll catch much debris, and honestly, it's a little bit too yellow for our taste. This filter comes with a surface skimmer, an intake tube, and a strainer at the bottom, but it was definitely built for a bigger tank, so we had to cut the tube a bit to make it fit. Our solution is not pretty, but it works. To make topping off this little tank easier and to avoid messing up the carefully placed soil, we created a simple hose system. It's just a narrow tube connected to a little metal air valve that lets us control the flow of water. This way we can fill the tank nice and slow without turning the whole thing into a cloudy mess. This type of filter needs a little bit of help getting started. This is called priming. Basically, before you plug it in, you have to pour some water into the back of the filter. This gets the water moving and helps the filter start pulling water from the tank properly. Now, as you can see, we have some air bubbles coming out of the filter, and this is perfectly normal. The filter is just pushing out the trapped air. In the beginning, we're adding liquid fertilizer every 2 days or so. It's been about a week since we added water to the tank, and we're starting to see a bit of algae showing up, which is not surprising, especially since this is a new setup. We've been adding liquid fertilizer and running the light for 8 hours a day, so this was bound to happen. Now we're giving the tank a quick cleanup. We're scrubbing the algae off the rocks with a toothbrush, using a glass scraper to clean the tank walls, and then we'll also do a water change to keep everything nice and clean. Since we're using tap water for our tank, we're adding Prime from Seachem to dechlorinate it. We're really happy with how the plants have grown in this 5-liter tank. It's been a rewarding little project. Right now we're adjusting the lighting a bit to see what works best. This tank gets a lot of natural light during the day, so we've reduced the Chihiro's light to just 6 hours a day. We're also cutting back on fertilizer, maybe dosing once a week, and we'll see how things go from there. If you haven't seen part 1, where we did the hardscape planting and dry start, I'll link it at the end and you can check it out. If you enjoyed this setup, let us know in the comments. If you have any tips, tricks, or suggestions, we'd love to hear them. And if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing and tell us what you'd like to see next.